to get on their ass. Like, how can you say that you do this for real, bro, when a month has gone by, maybe 30 days have gone by, you work a job, and you might have responsibilities. So I don't expect you to neglect your responsibilities to build your dream. That's not cute no more. We're grown. But the thing is, 30 days went by and you've invested zero money into something that you say is your dream and your craft and your passion. Now, if you went those 30 days and you only paid your bills and then you sat in the house like this until it was time to go to work, then I couldn't say too much because you didn't do nothing. Right. But if you went out, if you took a shorty on a date, if you bought a bottle, if you got a quarter, but you didn't put anything into your brand in 30 days, then I start to not believe you when you say that you do it.
It's cap.
Because you don't really do it for real. That's why I say there's a difference between people that do it and do it for real.
Yeah. It's motherfuckers, and yeah, I'm glad this nigga's here right now, so he can. It's like my twin right now. Different perspective. In fashion and the music shit, I've had a love for both of them. He's seen it from like the beginning, bro. We went from trying to record songs from an iPod plugged into a laptop, sitting on a speaker playing just loud enough to rap up.
The good, the bad,
bro,
the ugly,
I'm talking about. To now, niggas can sit down and just
push record.
Like, nigga, the audacity of you niggas, and still be putting out bullshit. Like,
bro,
they made it easy for you niggas.
And the crazy thing is, like Ryan says, he was like, why would you have to give up your sauce when it's people offering the sauce online now? Like, now you can hashtag clothing brand, clothes. Mm-hmm. And manufacturers will DM you like, hey, this is some of our stuff. Please take a look at our quality. So it's also Googleable. So that just means that you didn't try your absolute hardest to find what you're looking for before you came to ask me.
Yeah, if you need
you just saw that people try to latch on to the easy. When you make it look easy, that's when people try to latch on. I'm making it look easy right now, but it's very hard. It's not even, but it doesn't feel hard because it's the dream. It's the craft. It's what I'm into.
Chase.
Right. So it's like, it's real right now, but we're in the field. It doesn't really feel like work. People are looking at, okay, that looks really cool to do. And I would want to be in that space. But I'm really not trying to do what it really takes for real to get there. So if I can find any type of shortcut to kind of bypass some of this. See, it took me 13 years to get the sauce. Most people don't want to wait their 13 years for the sauce. And I'm not saying that it's going to take that long. It's people that started before me, like, that are all over the country that are way more lit than me right now. But everybody's journey is their journey. So it's like
10,000 hours.
If somebody would have said, just the first month I started Fly by Nature, somebody would have said, just here's the overseas manufacturer. Bro, first of all, I don't even have the money to, like, when you get to this level, it's like the clothing game is a money game. You have to have your resources intact because it got to the point where we mastered being able to make the most fire stuff of me making it myself.
Exactly.
Now I need professionals that know how to cut and sew and do the embroidery and do the other type of graphic design. I've mastered all that I could do myself.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. The difference between people that do it and do it for real. Somebody that's doing it right themselves, is nothing wrong with that, but they might think, okay, I'm cool right here. And it's nice, forever, but this is what I'm gonna keep doing. I'm like, no, bro, this is nice, but the longer you're in it, the harder it gets because you have to constantly keep outdoing the old you.
And then
I'm not looking at no other brand. Only thing I'm looking at is what was Fly by Nature doing January 30th, 2022.
For sure.
You feel me? And it's like if we can keep getting better than that, then by nature we're gonna get better.
And if you scared to invest in yourself, how can anybody invest in you? Niggas want to talk this shit about, oh, I got a brand.
Hey, yo,
I
that's
want to
real.
do music.
That's the bar. That's
or
the bar.
I want to shoot videos, but you haven't spent no money on equipment. Like you're saying, you're going out every weekend. You're spending all your money on shit outside of your dream. Mm-hmm. So it's like, how could you expect someone to really invest in you if you're not putting that best foot forward?
And it's hard to, it's a scary game niggas be playing. Like, with they passions or what they so-called passions.
Yeah.
The same way you said, like, you can go cop that quarter or you can go cop that bottle and never think about it. The minute you want to do something for you, niggas I don't know if I can spend 50 on a t-shirt, bro. Whatever the case may be, you get me. But I promise you, bro.
But that's because people really don't be believing in themselves, bro. Like,
is it really worth it?
Okay, I'll put it in perspective. Like, shout out to my brother Juice with Immaculate Fit. Shout out to Andre with Shark Life, because they're the ones that gave me the plug right now. The like, I got, now granted, I found a couple on my own, so now I have multiple manufacturers, but that's just like the reason why people have multiple producers. One monkey don't stop the show. So if one of my manufacturers says, you know what, we don't want to keep working with you, something happened to their factory, anything could happen. We're human in this life. The weight of the whole brand isn't relying on this one person that's in a place that I can't even see them or get to them right now. So I got multiple. It just makes sense. But the first one, the initial one that started it off, the first overseas, they gave me. And I paid my mans for it. Like, and on one hand, somebody might be like, yo, he was like rocking with you and Fly by Nature. Like, so why would he feel like you got to charge and this, that? I'm like, bro, my bro got 2 kids.
Yeah.
This is how we eat. Secondly, I believe in myself. I believe in Fly by Nature. So whatever I paid him, I already knew that I'm going to make that 1,000 times over. Mm-hmm. So why would I have a problem with investing in myself?
Yeah.
If I'll put it in perspective, like, okay, so what if I said I was going to charge people for the sauce? Then they say, well, dang, I'm not trying to. I'm like, I could have been like, I'm going to charge you $1,000. I'm going to charge you $1,000 for my manufacturer list.
Yeah.
And they might be like, bro, dang, 1,000? I'm like, bro, didn't you just go to Jamaica with your girl for $1,200?
Yeah.
So it's like, put it in perspective. Do you believe in yourself? Or do you feel like you throwing this money down the toilet?
Or niggas try to minimize the work you put in for that sauce. Just to make it and because it's an easy exchange from this point, you trying to wipe away all the work I done put in for this, dog.
Right. Because I'm like,
man hours I put in for this,
the money isn't worth the knowledge. The knowledge outweighs the money. If somebody said when I first started $1,000 and I'll give you the sauce, I could have went and found $1,000, but I didn't even know the terminology to tell the overseas manufacturers what I wanted. That's another thing people don't understand. I could give you the same manufacturer, but I promise we're still going to have 2 totally different brands.
Yeah.
That's why it was love that my brother wasn't scared to give me the manufacturer, because I wasn't saying, okay, now I'm taking money off of your plate. I'm taking food out of your kids' mouths because I got a manufacturer. You still got your collection. I'm still doing my thing. We're still celebrating ourselves because we're in 2 totally different lanes. It's not my fear of not sharing information to keep people up under me in those type of way, because I don't even see it like that. Yeah. It's the fact that it's not about the resource. It's about the knowledge. Yeah. It's about, if I give you this manufacturer, though, it's the same thing as giving somebody $1 million and them earning $1 million. You become the person to earn the $1 million. So that means that if I lose it, I can get it back because it's what I am. It's what I've developed in my personal development. If I give it to you, bro, I'm still the same person that I was when I was broke an hour ago before I had it. I didn't know we didn't get it then because we weren't ready for it. Everything that I received with the brand and on this journey has been in the time that we were ready for it. And people sleep on their level. How are you having these dreams of being a huge brand when you haven't even mastered being a small brand? Yeah. How are you going to want to be a mainstream artist when you haven't even mastered underground? Yeah. You see, it's like you got to focus on and do what you can with where you're at, like right now, with what you got.
And just do it.
It's resources in our own, it's diamonds in our own backyard. Mm-hmm. Meaning that I was about to spend my time like, yo, should I be in Raleigh? I've been in Raleigh, my life, and we've been doing the brand, and it's not like that. It's just a little like, people are just still a little bit behind with trying to catch up and keep going where I'm trying to go with it. So maybe I should go to Cali, maybe I should go to New York, maybe I should go to DC, maybe I should go to Miami, but I'm Atlanta, but I'm thinking that, How can I go master another place when I haven't mastered Raleigh yet?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, in the meantime, and I'm not going to focus on getting all these people to believe me that don't believe in me. I'm just going to focus on the ones that do. So all I'm doing now is keeping my head down, focusing on the work, actually working on the work, making the product better, and focusing on the people that already want to support and trying to put stuff on Smash in my own city.
Yeah.
Until we master that, that's the level that we're at right now.
For sure.
Or you could just join a gang.
What?
Supply niggas.
See, it's good that you brought that up because a lot of motherfuckers think, oh, I just need to jump cities just because you feel like you can't do shit in your own city. It should be easier in your own city because that's your
I
home
won't
base.
lie. For certain
It's pros
things,
and cons.
For certain
It's literally
things,
pros and
For
cons.
certain
It's
things,
like
yeah.
unnecessary. I will say this for music. As
Battleground.
for music, it's more of a community issue we having with celebrating each other. It's like we all in a competition with each other.
Everybody's
I don't know
so-
if that's the same with fashion, but
Yeah, like I will say that people like to see other people lit, but it gets tricky when you start feeling like they're getting more lit than you, because then it's like, yo, like I see it, bro. Like if I made something like a hoodie, a shirt, that's like, okay, yeah, that's fire. Like, yo, that's the one. All right, I'm about to take it up a notch. Make something like a puff jacket, a bubble coat. It's like, damn. I
know what you're saying.
yo,
Niggas like,
you're
yo.
actually going crazy
wild,
right now.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, you might be getting a little bit too lit. Like, we not, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just like, it's the same thing as like people like to see you doing good, but not better than them.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I guess I've been looking at this from like not like a son, like y'all my son. Like, it's not nothing like that. But looking at the
Big
resume,
yeah.
you just can't forget the resume. I never try to throw the resume in people's face, but just let the respect always be there. Because you know what we're on. You know what we've been doing before it was even cool to do it. So it's like, I never forget the resume. And with that in mind, it's lit to see people coming into their own and other brands turning up. I don't know why it's like it's almost like a friendly competition.
Yeah.
It's just like with anything. Music and fashion is with anything. I got people that have brands that support. I got people that I know that have brands that's never bought nothing. But it's all love. It don't really matter. I don't look at it like that.
So
I think
Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I think some people though, like some people that have brands, I would like to see people wearing more other people's brands that have brands.
What would you say about people's price points though? Like from a nigga who done been the nigga that have to run to the store get the shirts.
You got to the key
From
with
the bottom all the
right,
way up. How
right.
do you feel about people and how they price their shit?
Well, first you got to know what your brand is and who your brand is, and you got to stay true to that. So if you a luxury brand, then obviously your prices should reflect that. Where people have the game messed up at though is, if you're a luxury brand and your prices reflect that, your quality has to reflect that.
Exactly.
That's the problem that people have with buying from black-owned brands, is because we're so, most people, we black, so we all starting generally from the same place.
Sentiment.
We not coming from a real big generational wealth place.
Yeah.
Because at a certain time, generational wealth didn't exist for black people in America. So that's just what it is.
So all our shit basically
Right.
be
So
like
we all starting from zero
doing
at
what
some
we
point,
can
bro.
with what we can.
So I get it.
Overpriced.
When you have a brand and it's like, okay, I'm trying to make some bread. You might be trying to get people for like $50 a shirt, your first shirt that you ever drop ever.
Period.
But the thing about that is, if you haven't been in the game that long, this is the first thing that you ever dropped. I doubt that your quality is going to be the nicest that it could ever possibly be, because you're not going to have nowhere to build from. So, excuse me, I had to understand that when we started off, shirts was like $15. But those was the shirts that after a couple washes,
It's over with.
it started fading. You know what I'm saying? People was buying because they respected the movement and they wanted to support. But you have to get I don't know when it happens, but you have to have a type of conviction where you got to get so frustrated with where you're at that you decide to really just do something about it. People be frustrated, but they don't be mad enough.
Right.
So like you be mad when you on Instagram and you seeing, oh dang, they just posted another collection they about to come out with. You be mad because you don't have a collection you coming out with right now. But you don't be mad enough the next day to go and start doing research at the fabric.
Get it,
now I'm about to turn up.
You get what I'm saying, bro? I had to get mad enough to be like, I don't want people to buy my clothes just to support. I don't want people to buy my clothes for charity, bro. I don't want people to buy my clothes to go to the gym because I'm not making athletic wear yet. I don't want people to buy my clothes just to go to bed because I don't have that yet. I want people buying it and wearing it when it's like, yo, I'm about to go out. I'm trying to look good. I'm trying to look fresh. I'm trying to go to the club. So I'm like, bet. So we just got to focus on the work and you focus on the quality. As your quality goes up, your price point can reflect that. Now what the challenging part I'm having to do is this whole year, all I'm on is just scaling up. For so long, I've been dropping like one thing at a time and just taking my time with it, and that's cool. But I'm like, I was watching something and I learned that when you sell out of something, the goal should never be to sell out when you have a brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when you sell out of something, you have nothing to sell. When I dropped the socks a couple months ago, that was the only product that we had in stock at the time. So what I realized is, if somebody's rocking with me, but they personally, honestly do not need any socks right now, they have no way to support the brand. It's like they can't be like, oh, I don't need no socks, but let me see what type of t-shirt. I'll take one of them t-shirts. I don't need no hoodie, but I'll take some socks. Like I didn't have none of that going on. You either need a big worm shirt or you a dub. You either need the orange socks or it's a dub. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well, we got to get this to a point where we got real inventory. So I got the storage space, going to use that as a, you know what I'm saying? Not even a storefront, but like, that's what it is, the storage space. But creative space, just a space where I can just cultivate it and be in my own. And looking in the future, I'll be looking back at, that was like the first Fly by Nature like warehouse, the whole Steve Jobs in the garage, Mark Zuckerberg in the dorm room. Like that's what it feels like I got going on right now with that situation, because it's small but it's big enough for what I'm trying to do.
It's so good that you focus on quality though, because that's where a lot of us, like you just said, we fall short. It's like we want to charge astronomical prices, but we're not even taking the time. Like I got crew necks from you that I've worn since 2019, washed a million times,
be pristine,
and it's still, it feels amazing. So it's like you have to take the time, and like people notice that type of shit,
right?
Especially nowadays. Like
my dad tells me, like when you starting out with anything at first, you're gonna be doing a lot more than what you getting paid for. But eventually you're gonna be getting paid for way more than what you do.
It's gonna feel like you working for free at a point. Like,
right,
you know, I gotta go get the shirts and everything. Now niggas want me to give them the lookout.
Right, and it's like, man, so I say that when it comes to, if anybody's listening that doesn't have a business but likes to support the business, pay the price. Like, because it's like, you don't understand that can rub entrepreneurs such the wrong way, because it can be taken as disrespect. Like, you would never go to Brooks Brothers in the mall and you're ringing up a polo and you like, bro, I know you said 89 for the polo, bro. I got 50. Like, I got 50. You would never do that, because the first thing you would think is, I'm not about to make myself look crazy, and I'm not about to disrespect that business.
And you know what's,
treat your friends and stuff the same way.
That's all I'm crazy saying. When you pay for a top brand like Gucci or something like that, let's say Polo, they're mass producing this shit, right? So the time it takes them to make that shirt, that's a great point. You just spent $80 on. They made it like this,
instant.
Now
the shirt I'm asking you to pay 20 beans for. It
was love that I put into this stitch. But not for real though. Like, for real, blood, sweat, and tears.
Weave this nigga, like,
right, like.
And now when you think about it, the celebrities go to the nigga who hand makes some shit to be a one-of-one.
It's still, and that's the thing. Like, shout out to my guy MJ with Public Couture. Like, it's always gonna be a niche market for that. But he's a level up because of his knowledge. He actually went and learned how to sew. I don't know how to sew.
Yeah.
Like, people don't understand. I'll be like, yo, I don't know how to be a photographer. I'm an okay model. I don't really like seeing myself on camera like that no more. I don't know how to sew. I don't know how to do graphic design. So it's like, but how are you lit? How are you doing all of this? It's like, nah, because there's still a skill that people have called visionary, called having a vision. Don't sleep on that. If you can see something in your head, but you don't have the skill set, don't sleep on that, because there's thousands of people that have a skill set but can't see it.
Yeah.
Those are the people that end up working for these companies. And not to say that working somewhere is not lit. It could be a graphic designer making 6 figures, but they don't have their own company. They're working for somebody.
They don't know, either have a want for it or they don't have a vision to, oh yeah, I could be here doing this.
Right. I always do this, but like, I'm bringing it back into your question, what you were saying. We're at a place now with the little storage space and things like that. I'm trying to scale up. So meaning having multiple things on sale on the website. We got kid hoodies. We're going to have socks. We got zip up jackets. We got bubble jackets. We got t-shirts. We got short sets. All that type of thing, because at the end of the day, you're opening it up for people to support you in multiple ways, as many ways as products you have.
Bro, you gotta see that jacket he got